All right, so that X1 just left. Really awesome customer. Sounds like it's going to be a new customer for me, which is great. They're not close, but they said that I had great customer service, so we'll take it. But next thing we're going to do today, we're going to do a little bit of fabrication, I think. I got this little trailer here that we need to put back together and fix. So as you can see, there's some cracks. It's busted. So we're gonna take and we're gonna cut out the busted stuff and weld in new pieces. So this is just a little like four-wheeler trailer, like you pull behind your four-wheeler. Gonna work on getting that back together today. So, and then we're also gonna cut some metal down for this project that we're building for the church. Basically gonna erect a tree inside for our sportsman's banquet. The guy who's doing the presentation is actually going to do it from a saddle setup. If you're not sure what that is, you can Google it, but I actually hunt from a saddle myself. I did record some hunts this year, but I didn't have any success, so I didn't really put it together. But I'll be doing that again this coming fall. Once deer season's here, I'm gonna get back to recording that stuff. I'm excited, but in the meantime, we're gonna be recording all our fishing tournaments that we're doing, my brother and I. So you'll get to go along for those rides, and then any sort of other fishing that I do, which I sold my jet boat last year. I'd like to get another jet boat to take out on the river and be able to take you guys with me. It's a good time. Tend to catch a bunch of fish. Sometimes we don't. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You win them, you don't. All right, change of plans here. I don't know why, but I couldn't stop thinking about this Audi TT, right? So it's been bugging me, the ko4 turbo nonsense that they've got going on. But anyways, turns out I was wrong. Somebody didn't time cert it. It's actually just how they are. I'm not a Volkswagen guy. I didn't know that, right? So anyways, I was able to take the time cert, the factory time cert, I guess you'd call it, and I drilled it out as far as I could until I ran out of drill bits to be able to get closer to the threads, and I was just going to tap it or try and tap the time cert. Excuse me. But that didn't work, right? So I couldn't get a bit big enough to get in there. So then what did I do? I was on the phone with my brother for the last 2 hours. We were yapping about all kinds of stuff, and I decided to get my Dremel out. All right, and I was like, I don't know, maybe it'll work, right? So I got my Dremel out. As you can see, it's still covered in bits. But anyways, I used this tungsten carbide crazy bit, right? And I just started going to town on this thing. And I was like, well, maybe I could Dremel it out far enough that I could use a pair of needle nose pliers to start peeling back the threads and get that old bolt out. And wouldn't you know it, it worked. It worked so well, it actually didn't even damage the time cert. I was able to chase the threads, make sure everything's good. And now it's back in there. I don't know if you can't really see it. Hang on, let me see, get my light. It's in there. Nope, not pretty. So it ain't pretty, but it's back in there. So now we are going to, instead of working on that cart, because I started cutting metal, I got the saw out, started cutting metal for the church project, because what's going to happen with this is we're going to take this we're gonna take this piece. This is gonna go, we're gonna find the center, which is like right about here. It's gonna go like that. And then I'm gonna actually take this piece. That's gonna go on this end and stick off. I gotta make 2 loops to go on each end, one on each end. And we'll then attach the tree via the spike, and then 2 ratchet straps. And then I have another piece of metal over there that we're gonna take and make a brace that's gonna shoot out to a 6x6 that's gonna lean up against the tree. Well, the dead tree now. That way we can then allow our presentator to climb the tree with his saddle set up and climbing sticks. Tree's gonna be about 10 feet, but that tree's heavy. But anyways, that's gonna be our project for later in the week here. But first, we are gonna get back to Audi TT, because I want this thing out of here, because 1, I'm sick of looking at it, and 2, I need to do an oil change of my truck. So I'm really close, and I like my truck, and I don't want to ruin this one. Not that I ruined the last one, but I want to keep it nice. So we're going to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to set you guys up. I've yet to make it to Walmart to get a tripod to hold everything. So, but be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. We'll be working on the boat later this week. Unfortunately, the jack plate was delayed in shipping in Orlando. I don't know why. I'm guessing it has to do something with the snow that they got down in that area. Somewhere in Florida it snowed. I don't think know, right? There's snow outside, and that's all I know. So, but as soon as that jack plate gets here, we are gonna get that on the boat, pull the platform off. It'll be another day of just boat stuff. So, but right now it's Audi TT time. Okay, so it turns out the line was there the whole time, and I just kind of didn't know it was actually, it got wedged underneath the turbo when I put it in. So, I mean, it's right there now, So what I need to do is I need to get, there's a bolt like this. There's a banjo bolt, and the banjo fitting goes on, and then you need to put a crush washer on the bottom side of that. So I got to somehow finagle this washer in there, and it's tight. So actually I think what I'm going to do to try and give myself some room is I'm gonna pull this strut brace off. It's kind of been in the way. It's not super in the way, but it does make things a little interesting. So definitely have a case of the Mondays though. Kind of dilly-dallied around in the shop, and yeah, I'm happy I messed with this. I wasn't going to. I was kind of figuring we're going to have to put a turbo in it, and then something just clicked and said I should mess with that. So, but how's your Monday going? Good? I hope it's going good. Alright. Are the wheels on the ground? They are. Alright, cool. We're just gonna zip. What is that? Zip this off. Zap. Oh, it's going on my here too. I need an extension. There we go. Extension. I need a swivel extension. There we go. Got it right there. Alright. One. So, cut that off. I see what's going on here. You got to do the ones that are straight down. Like that. Oops. That's okay. We'll get that bracket. Just gonna throw a couple of nuts back on here in case we need to go up with the car that way. Throw the nuts on it just for now. That way I don't have to worry about it. You know, if I lift it up, it doesn't fall. Struts don't fall off. But these are actually going back on here for now because apparently we didn't need to undo those. So it is what it is. Okay. So there we go. Now we're going to take this washer and try and get it in there without dropping it 6 times. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but we'll see. We will see. I'm going to grab a pick tool. So I'm thinking here. Top of here. There's a 10. there's an Allen that has to go in. So this Allen has to go in. Can you see it? There you go. And it goes in the side. There's a spot here. And, gotta find my extension. I don't think I have one. Goes in the side and holds the I think it's the oil line. So it goes on here, holds this oil line to the turbo, but I grabbed too long of an extension. Let's try this again. Here we go. I'm just gonna try and stick it in here. Hood here. Maybe. Okay. I don't even know how I got that off. Be honest. Maybe we try, what's it, a five swivel? All right, so got the turbo mounted, the oil lines on, the coolant lines on. Now we're going to lift it back up, get the downpipe on, get the bottom bolt for the turbo mount on, just basically button everything up underneath. And then hopefully put some coolant in it, and we gotta put oil in it, put a filter on it. Got the downpipe mounted, new nuts for that, new copper nuts. Next is gonna be throw the charge pipe on top here, get the other charge or the intake pipe going down there. Actually, first get the vacuum lines hooked up. And I still need to connect the exhaust to the downpipe underneath. Then we'll throw the strut brace back on and throw some oil in it. Or well, no, actually, you know what? I gotta take that filter off. So we're gonna finish changing the oil, get the filter off, get the new filter on, get oil in it, and we're gonna go from there. Putting the kind of the final touches on this thing. Putting the rest of the exhaust on. After we do this, we're gonna change the oil filter. I need a different wrench. I can't get in there. This one. Be right back. Hang on. Can I get this in here? Apparently not. Well, it helps if you grab the right side. Is this a 14? It's a 13. It helps if you grab the right side in the first place. So if you're not familiar with a Audi TT oil filter, it is that behemoth right there. And they give you some, like, I guess they expect people to have some sort of fancy tool to take that off, but we're gonna try and see what we can do to get it off. So I got a pry bar here and an adjustable, and I already broke it loose. So just wanted to show you the combination that I had to use to get this out. Just gonna let that drip for a second. I'll just put these away. Alright, we're gonna slowly spin this thing because I don't want to get covered in it. Yuck. So the current owner has no idea when the oil was changed last, so I had to take the oil line off the bottom of the pan to be able to take the turbo off. So it was time for an oil change. And I just realized I got my head in the wrong spot. So I just usually get them up here, grunt a little bit, and that's about as much as I put on there. And I like to take the brake clean, spray a little bit on there, try and clean it up a little bit. So now, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to fire this thing up. Oh, I did find out there was a vacuum line I couldn't find. There was this vacuum line I couldn't find, and turns out it goes up top here. So I was trying to figure out, because I was like, man, something goes here, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I can't find anything. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess nothing goes there. And then I was underneath here, and I found it. It's down here. So I don't know how I'm gonna get him back up to where he goes. But we're gonna do that right now. This is the line. He comes up here and goes on here. It's for the boost controller. That's another vacuum line. So I had put a nipple on it because I was like, oh man, I can't find it. So I was like, oh, I don't want a boost leak. That's the last thing I want to have to deal with right now. Ouch. Just stabbed myself with the screwdriver. But I don't know. Super bummed right now because the jack plate is not going to be here for the new boat until Thursday, which means I probably won't get to install it until Friday, and I have a bunch of stuff going on this week. I was really hoping to get it in, but I actually think tomorrow I have to do an inspection on a Mini Cooper Countryman. So if anybody's looking for a car, I got one for sale. Mini Cooper Countryman, 2-wheel drive, non-turbo. I do want to know what you guys want to see more of. You want to see more car stuff, more boat stuff, more truck stuff. Unfortunately, I am a BMW shop, so the majority of the stuff that you will see is probably going to be BMW stuff, but I do want to post a little bit of everything. I mean, shoot, I'll probably post, you know, when I'm out target practicing and stuff like that, shooting guns, shooting bow, getting ready for deer season. But, you know, this is just going to be a daily vlog, I guess, just for whoever wants to watch it. Kind of having fun with it right now, and I don't know. It's just cool because I can kind of document everything, and then when I mess something up, I can go back and look at it, you know? And I don't know. It's just fun. I thought it was gonna be stupid. I thought I wasn't gonna, you know, be good. I mean, I feel like I'm not good at it, but I feel like you can't really mess this up. You just kind of turn the camera on and you just start going to town and start working or whatever, and you know, yeah. Just want to know what you guys want to see. Comment down below. I'll try and respond the best I can. I'm usually pretty quick though. Okay. It's gonna take a second. We're gonna get there, but I think that little bit I just put in there is probably gonna touch us off just enough. Okay. So I think at this point we're ready to fire it up. I hope it doesn't leak, because that would really, really suck. All right, here goes nothing. We're gonna try and start this thing. Here we go. That's a wrap on the Audi TT. It runs. It's a little smoky in here. This thing don't have cats on it. So I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.